What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Here's my Zippo of death. No matter how little I fill this thing, it always turns into a flamethrower. So, use with caution kind of thing. At the moment, I am smoking. Very good question. I am smoking Cornell & Deal's Pegasus, a birdie blend, in my Peterson Deluxe X105. I don't know if you can see in the light, but it's got some crazy awesome flame grain on it. Can't really see. Anyway, take my word for it, it's nice. Damn it, talking and pipe smoking is an art I have not yet mastered. Okay, this is my video response to the lovely Miss Sue Dunhill. She asked for a couple of things. Firstly, what do you do with your bits and pieces? Now, of course, bits and pieces can mean anything, quite a few things in fact. But what I took it to mean is, what do you do with your bits and pieces of leftover tobacco? Now, I have this pipe pouch or pipe bag that carries, you know, my pipe cleaners and things like that, and my pipes. And it's got a tobacco pouch in it. And what I do is, all the little leftover scraps and stuff of tobacco I have, I leave in this pouch, and I kind of mix them all together. Okay, it's empty at the moment, but when I do have bits and pieces left over, I put them all in here, and they create kind of a to coin a phrase, a melange of flavors and stuff. And you know, if you're looking for something to smoke and you can't really decide what you want, go to your little pouch of bits and pieces and smoke from that. It's always interesting. It's a tobacco blend that you make yourself that's always evolving, so it'll never taste the same because you'll be adding bits of this and bits of that to it. So that's pretty cool. Drinking some Nespresso. So that's what I do with my bits and pieces. I put them in the pouch, create a kind of mixed bag of different tobaccos, and I smoke that when I'm at a loss for what to smoke. The next question Sue Dunhill asked was 3 tips for cellaring. Okay, because I'm fairly new to pipe smoking, I have been smoking on and off since I was 18, but I've only gotten serious in the past year and a half or so. Now, what my tobacconist gives away are these little stones. They're like humidifying stones. You soak them in water, and they absorb the water, and I think that's called hydrophilic, if I'm not mistaken. And you put them in your jars of tobacco, and it keeps the tobacco nice and moist. So that's good, particularly if your tobacco has dried out in your jars. The thing that you need to remember with these stones is, don't leave them there indefinitely. Leave them there until you achieve the correct humidity for your tobacco, and then take them out. Because as I've found, what happens is your tobacco can grow mold on it. And I had a lovely tin of Cornell & Deal's Exhausted Rooster that I hadn't smoked in ages, clean forgot about, and when I opened it, there was a stone in there that I'd forgotten to remove, and it had mold all over it, so I had to throw it away, which wasn't a great experience for me. So bear that in mind. If you're going to use a humidifying stone or anything similar, put it in your jar of tobacco, get the humidity level that you want, and then take it out, and then reapply as necessary, but don't just leave it in there. The next cellaring tip, I find that particularly with the European tins, let me just grab an example. Okay, so here are the American tins that come in these lovely tins that seal like that. They're great. They keep tobacco nice and moist. When you get these European ones, oopsie, it's upside down, like Irish Flake from Peterson's, I find they don't seal very well, and your tobacco gets very dry very quickly. So what I'd recommend doing with those is putting them in a jar. Any kind of mason jar with a lid is good. And oh, my doggy's just come to say hello. Do you want to say hello, Callaway? Let's see. Can you see? Hey, say hello. Anyway, that's my dear dog Callaway. You can tell I like golf. Anyway, so Callaway's come to say hello, and you need to go away. So keep them in jars, because the jars can keep your tobacco fresher for longer. So that's my second tip. And my third tip is keep your jars of tobacco away from direct sunlight. I had my tobacco on a beautiful bookshelf somewhere on my upstairs area, and we have a skylight there. And what happens? What happens is the sun kept hitting the tobacco, and that would cause the tobacco to sweat, and that is really bad for your tobacco. So keep it away from direct sunlight. Keep your tobacco in jars if at all possible, and use humidifying stones to get the correct level of humidity you want, but use them with caution. Now, onto the black sheep of the family. That would most certainly be me. Okay, it's my sister runs a close second. She's had her past indiscretions, but I am the black sheep. Went to an all-boys private Catholic school for 13 years. I'm gay, so that went down really well with the my peers. So that's one aspect of me being a black sheep. When I was 15, I told my parents that I had met the love of my life. Only thing was, he was 8 years older than me. So you can imagine coming out to your parents when you're 15, it's quite a young age to do so, and then telling them you're dating a 23-year-old is something that caused them to have a little bit of shock. But nonetheless, 10 years later, still with the guy. He's fantastic, and my parents are all good with it. Another thing that makes me a black sheep of the family, I love pipe smoking, which is a bit weird for a 25-year-old to be doing, but I revel in the weirdness that is me. I also am very into comics and video games, so I'm kind of a geek, and I'm proud of it. So yeah, I'm pretty much the black sheep of my family. I'm the different one, I'm the eccentric one, and you know what? I love it, and if people don't like it, who fucking cares? So that is my story. Miss Dunhill, I hope that you enjoyed watching my video, and I look forward to you announcing the winners. Keep well, Justin out.